Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Alpha Central.
I'm a single mom of a 2.5-year-old.
And you use your child to put him on here for clout.
I've been split up from my ex for about 10 months now. I still get hit hard sometimes with the grief and the...
So now you bring your kid in and you're trying to fake cry to get all this sympathy.
loneliness of it all. Like, I took him to the park and we were playing alone for a long time, and he was saying cute things, funny things, and I was texting my mom and my sister and, you know, telling them what he said, and then another family comes and it's a mom, a dad, and a son his age, and they're all three playing together, and the kid says something funny and they both laugh and look at each other and like talk about it, and I literally had to leave the park because
my fifis. Oh, I ruined my family, and then when I see great families together doing well, it ruins my fifis.
I started sobbing because I grieve
I'm a horrible
that
person.
life.
Funny how the tears show up after the damage is done. Should have shown that energy when there was still something left to save.
If you've gone through a divorce, I just need to know, does it get easier? Does it get easier being without your kids? Because all I can do every time is cry.
Fake crying. This, as much as we think this is real, it really isn't. And again, sometimes I might fall for it, but majority of the time, I can tell when it's a genuine cry. And yes, 99% of the time when they're crying on camera, ain't gonna be genuine.
I just, no matter what I do, I always end up crying the whole time.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Please tell me it gets better because I can't do this.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like a truthful answer to that question.
Single for 2 years, lacking the male attention, tell me.
Yes, ma'am, we know you're seeking validation. You didn't have to make it that obvious.
Why the do I have to go through this? And he's just fine. Like, that's not fair.
You ended things.
He gets to go about his life, have his home, have his cars, have his financial stability, and I'm over here struggling.
She thought she'd leave him,
made the
cash
choice.
out, and live her best life. Instead, he leveled up without her, kept the house, and now she's just mad and miserable.
Okay.
Again, I would say I haven't talked to I actually been talking to my sister a little bit. She actually got engaged, so congratulations to my sister. She finally got engaged. They're gonna get married next year. A lot of money on my end, obviously. So.
Okay, the kids left to go with their dad. And the minute you get them in the car, this is divorce co-parenting for you. The minute you get them in their dad's car and you're like, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. Don't forget your stuff for soccer tomorrow. The shin guards are in here. The water bottle's here. And you come in the house and you shut the door behind you and it's like, there's no noise. There's just stuff left out from them. And it's depressing. So you have to smack yourself in the face a little bit and be like, okay, now, what do you want to do? What do you want to do today besides miss your kids?
Maybe pick up a hobby instead of spiraling every time your kids are with the man you divorced.
I just
didn't get that tingle.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no tingle. All right. Well, let's walk it on back. We did narrow it down. I'm going to, okay. Let's talk to this real one. Why'd you just break your heart?
This was a very tough one. But yeah, a combination, I think, I don't think the chemistry was there fully to warrant this, and it's not fair for you to do that. And then also, like, not having a relationship with your son is a bit of a flag, I think, because that's something that I don't know if I can wrap my head around. I'm not judging or anything.
Oh, I understand. No, we do stay in contact, and I'm just not, fully in his life.
If your own son keeps his distance, what makes you think any of us are willing to sign up for that mess?
Yeah, he came from your womb. We didn't.
Why lesbian relationships don't last. Well, it is
That's
why.
going to get clipped.
It is why. It is why, because about 75% of divorces are initiated by women. And the simplest explanation for that is that on average, the most unhappy person in the relationship is going to be the woman. Well, why? Well, because on average, she has higher levels of negative emotion. That doesn't necessarily mean that negative emotion doesn't reflect problems in the relationship.
Yeah.
But she's going to be more sensitive to that. Well, so if you put two women together, well, what do you think happens?
Modern women initiate most divorces and then act shocked when the guy moves on and upgrades. Emotional decisions come with real consequences.
Just getting ready has been so weird. I woke up this morning and I felt a bit sad. I'm excited. I love weddings, but it does fill you with a certain sadness too. Like, I do wish I'd never met him. I do wish that I did get it right the first time and I wouldn't be coming to a wedding alone. I mean, it's my friend's wedding. I'm gonna have a good time. And of course, alhamdulillah, like, I'm happy, I'm content. I have got a second.
Do guys make videos like this before they go to their friends' weddings? I haven't seen one, but do guys just like, man, I'm so sad right now. Other than, bro, my bro is about to sign his death warrant. Hopefully I see a lot more of those types of videos.
Second chance at life and a second chance at love. I know how blessed I am, but it doesn't mean I can't hold space for this part of me too. There is a sadness, and that part deserves to be seen as well.
Why does your sadness need to be seen? Why do you have to flaunt or show your sadness to everybody?
Maybe instead of sitting there mad and miserable, try appreciating your friend's happiness for once. It won't kill ya, I promise.
If we can go back, and if I were able somehow to insulate you with a pro-marriage, pro-relationship community, do you think you still would have actually gone through a divorce?
Not that time.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't know what would have happened.
Damn.
Oh, I've never said this, but I wanted deniability. The truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Wow.
If all your friends say divorce him before they say communicate with him, you don't have a support system, you have a sabotage team.
Divorce is really hard.
You realize that she said, like, oh, I didn't want like any accountability or whatever it is. This is women, right? They even if they made mistakes and you point out their mistakes, very few of them are actually going to admit, especially even though they know in their heads they made the mistake.
I thought I could talk about this. I didn't realize how raw it was. And I did not expect having a New York City office that I'm commuting into to stir up all of these feelings. I thought I was so past this. I moved out 2 years ago. And I'm not. I had a whole wall in our house of like family portraits. And not in like a corny, horrible way, like in a cool way. Like I had great pictures. And, I only kept the ones of my son, right? And this is one of them.
Of course, I don't need no man, but, I still need the man that I made.
And it's... Wait, let me give you a better version.
Oh, right. Because, yeah. You barely have a freaking picture of him. It's mostly focused on you, but this is the picture you chose to save, huh?
My son when he was 8, probably. And we were decorating for Christmas. And I remember how lonely I would feel every Christmas. But then I'd look at this picture. I'm like, oh, that was our mirror.
This is such a diva.
And I remember when we bought it.
She threw it all away. Now she's crying about missing the moments she chose to walk out on. That's not pain, that's guilt in disguise.
I've been in situations where women are just... I've had a cousin who's been married 3 times but told me to leave mine plenty of times for small things. But she's on her 3rd marriage and 3rd baby daddy. Jeez. So it's just like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you're a woman, definitely keep it to yourself because other women don't like to see you happy. Really your man will mess up one time and they'll be like, oh my God, I would never put up with that.
If your friend always has something negative to say about your man, maybe it's not about him, maybe it's about her.
Just dropped my kids off from my ex-husband. He's literally the biggest
like the fact that he still has friends, or the people that we were friends with are still in his life, blows my mind, because I'm like, how could you guys be friends with someone who's literally such a
Just because he doesn't love you anymore and treats you like a normal person now doesn't make him an asshole.
And my kids are crying. I like cannot wait until they get to an age where they can like decide who they want to be around or not be
and they're gonna not pick you
around. I don't know what his deal is right now. He's just been like literally the biggest a-hole to me. He owes me a bunch of money from like half of like activities and school stuff, and so I don't know if that's what his deal is. I'm always like, bro, your alimony ends in a couple months, like get over it. Like I don't know what your problem is, but I just
he's probably just super excited that his alimony is about to end.
Definitely not what I saw on my bingo card. My divorce bingo card was not being able to co-parent with my ex-husband.
If your whole social circle dropped you and stuck with him, it's not a coincidence, it's a red flag, and you're the one waving it.
You want to know why divorce rates are over 50%? It's because women nowadays literally think like Here's what I mean. If a guy takes you to a dinner and he spends $50 on you, if he buys you a bag, if he takes you on a vacation, if he pays for a ticket to a concert, if he does something, your mind goes, well, then I guess I'll sleep with him, so he buys me more. How much can I get a guy to buy me or pay for if I sleep with him?
Correct.
That is bullshit. That is transactional. That is not love. That is not going to build a family. And that's why most women are in miserable relationships, because men were taught that I guess this is how women are, and they tolerate it, and they pay for it. And then these women are like, look at how much I get if I just sleep with a guy. Stop being a stop paying for and maybe then we won't have a 50+% divorce rate.
Some of these modern women don't want a boyfriend. They want a sponsor with feelings that they can exploit. It's just...
I think using a sex worker isn't a bad thing if you're just using it just for that. But if you're trying to date women that pretty much are sex workers nowadays and trying to, do the boyfriend girlfriend thing, you play yourself. You're playing yourself.
It's absurd at this point, honestly.
Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset, or why am I so sad about certain things, of him wanting to also go through with the divorce, if I don't want to be with him. My problem is not that I don't value myself or I don't have self-love. I think if I didn't, I would continue to be in this relationship. And I feel like this found awareness of myself and the self-love has brought me to this point of...
I think it's funny that all of a sudden now they have self-love, but they need to leave their relationship for it. But you have self-love. You love yourself. So why does it matter?
Wanting to get the divorce and move on
and
find someone or many someones that fulfill me, more.
So she's asking for a bigger penis to fill her more? Is that what she just said?
Like that man about to be free, and you can go out to the streets and find those many someones you want to find.
She's not upset he's gone. She's upset he stopped caring first, because you can't manipulate someone who's not looking back.
Why do women regret leaving this type of guy? I'm about to tell you in this video. First off, it took them a while to commit to begin with. Then when they finally do commit and they're settled and they're in a relationship, and a woman decides to either end the relationship, they cheat, or they do something that betrays this type of man's trust. Essentially, when you hurt this type of guy. Ladies, there is no coming back from that. It's almost an impossibility. And the thing is, women will come back because this type of guy is rare. There aren't many like him. And if he's in your life, he's probably an asset. So hold on to him, cherish him, and try hard not to betray this man's trust. Because once he's gone for good.
Ignore her if you want, but she's speaking the truth, and deep down, you know it.
Go for the boring guy? Let me explain. Hey, I'm Amanda. I'm your cautionary tale. Follow me for more single mom advice. I've been through it all and trying to help you avoid the same mistakes that I made.
Okay.
So at a therapy session, my therapist said, you need to go for the boring guy. What do you mean? Like, I want adventure. I want excitement. I just got out of this terrible toxic relationship. She's like, no. She goes, you're used to toxic relationships.
Yep.
That's what you know. You have to retrain your brain. That's actually not the kind of guy you want. You're gonna think this guy is boring, but he's not really. You think you want the guy that whisks you off to Hawaii or Vegas. It's helicopter rides, like on The Bachelor.
Yep.
No. You want the guy that sets up your bleacher seat before you arrive.
I don't know about these helicopter rides nowadays. Rest in peace, Bad Mamba.
At your son's baseball game. You want the guy that when you sit down after dinner to watch a show says, whatever you want, babe. You want the guy that when you call him in the middle of the day and he's busy, he still picks up the phone and says, you okay? Everything okay?
For modern women, the boring guy gets left on red.
Try not to be that particular guy. I mean, if you are that guy, try not to be so nice. Just be a good man, not a nice man.
Toxic guy who plays games gets her full attention every time.
A woman that regret leaving her man, social media and these other single women try to trick women that's in good, healthy relationships out of their spot. A lot of times they always tell them how fun it is to be single, to be free, to be able to talk to, experience, deal with all these different guys, not talking about the downside of these very things. When you're with one man that's a good man, who's good to you and good for you, that's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
He knows you and all your flaws. You know him and all his flaws. You're not dealing with the or the outside noise. But so the grass, a lot of times to other people, look greener on the other side when it's not really is. The grass is greener wherever you water it. So if you're taking care of your person and your person is taking care of you, stay in your relationship.
I agree.
And flourish together, build that strong foundation, and just keep growing. Because I'm here to tell you, I'm married and I already know there's nothing out there for me. It's just the streets and I'm good on all that.
Other women keep telling you to leave because they're hoping you'll be just as sad and single as they are.
I think Tom Brady's an amazing athlete. A guy who put 23 years into football and
That's
then
crazy.
be married to a woman in a position where he was, and for a woman just to walk away from a guy where he's at his top. I tell women this all the time. If you get that unicorn, you must keep him. Because if you leave him, eventually the women show up to him, and the guys you're going to get, you're 40, 42, 45, 47, they're not going to be the same guys as equal to the man you have. So you do everything to keep that family together, and it takes sacrifices.
It does.
But some women, they don't care. They think they're special. They have so many options.
They
but in
really
reality, once you see that man start a new family with a 30...
It's like they get this chip on their shoulder. Oh, I'm married to the Tom Brady. I'm married to him already. Psst, I can do better.
I look at Kim Kardashian, she's seeing Kanye married, successful, and she's not seeing him miserable like she is in certain situations. Sometimes it's better to just fight for your marriage or fight for your relationship and for your children. We are men. You don't want me, somebody else will.
She leaves a high-value man expecting the world to deliver something better. The world delivers silence, and he's off living well.
I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which...
Why should
we
care about
come
you?
Back into my life, but
Stop it.
It still just sucks. I am honestly
like women divorcing you and leaving you and still expecting you to still love them. Diabolical.
really sad right now, if you can tell. That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like the hurricane, like it's here again, you know? It's the tsunami is back. Like,
but I thought you don't need no man.
It's just so hard, and like I'm frustrated because I, got my whole world got disheveled.
You disheveled it.
And I feel like he has moved on and he is healed.
She's not sad the marriage ended.
Shout out to
She's
her
sad
husband.
he didn't fall
Or
apart without her.
ex-husband. My
Her
man.
ego took the real hit.
You're not leaving him, are you?
Yes, Your Honor, if he don't
act right, if he don't lose the temper, if he don't spend time with me and treat me better, then yes, Your Honor, I have to go.
See, whenever I ask that question and they're not leaving, I only ask that question when I know you're not leaving, because I know you're not leaving. They always say, yes, I'm going to leave him if he doesn't change all of the stuff he's been for the last 10 years. You've stayed with him 10 years like that, and there's nothing I can say that's going to change your mind. And you want to be permanently attached to the set of problems that you have over here to your left. But it doesn't get better after you get married. And I think marriage is a wonderful thing, but I think sometimes people marry, you get attached to one dude, and whether or not it's working or whether or not you're a happy thing, you know, I've sunk so much time into the brother, you know, need that ring. I hope that's not the case, because you know who he is. You know who he is.
So you're threatening to leave after a decade unless he changes completely? It sounds like you never wanted the man, just the version you had in your head.
Y'all can say what y'all...
I mean, that's always the case, right? They always have a version in their head. It's never us in that version. It's just a version of us that is impossible, and then it chips away at that version every year, every time we make a mistake or not live up to their expectations.
Y'all want. I'm telling you. Single moms have it the worst. Single moms have it the freaking worst.
Congratulations.
When it comes to taking care of your kid and making sure they good, you are the first point of contact.
Congratulations. That makes sense.
Everything relies on you. If you get upset, oh, don't be so upset at your kids. Why?
Because then they'll resent you and hate you when they grow up in life, because you're such a miserable person to them and so bipolar, like most mothers are.
Everybody wanting to come at your throat about how you treat your kids when you upset, but you got to deal with everything. You have to be the person that they have to rely on.
It's called emotional intelligence.
When they mess up.
Ma'am, you're mad that your kids depend on you? What did you think being a mom meant? Optional parenting?
If you don't know, I left my husband a year ago, and I've been wanting to come on here and give a life update of a year from now and what my life looks like. And
you're a miserable person.
I've been hoping that I would be able to come on here and tell you guys that life is just great. But it's not.
We know.
It's still really hard. I wanted to have my more together. I know that this isn't the truth, but I just feel like I'm failing so much as a mom.
You did. And
I know that that's not the truth, you know?
It's the truth.
But life is so f***ing hard.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just got to spend 11 and a half hours with my baby, and it was just the most sweetest time. I hate that I feel this way, but I miss my mom so much.
I miss mine too.
I miss my baby. Life is not where I want it to be a year later.
You thought you'd be thriving after divorce? Ma'am, we were placing bets.
It is crazy that women really think that. You live this very mundane, easy life as a stay-at-home mother, majority of these women that make the videos, and all of a sudden you think working and taking care of these kids is going to be easier and better and more empowering than just taking care of the kids. I don't understand that at all.
That's on how fast the regret would hit.
You know, life after divorce. As a woman, I would honestly sit here and say, as much as I've made the decision and the choice to divorce my husband then, I also regret it. I don't regret it because I still loved him, but I regret it because I feel like I denied my children the right and the opportunity to have what people call a normal family. Now today I'm sitting with kids who are in the statistic of divorce. So as much as I've divorced, I would never ever advise anybody to go through a divorce.
Now she's crying because her kid misses having two parents. Should have thought about that before treating the marriage like a 30-day trial.
I mean, I'll give her some credit. She's willing to admit the mistakes and willing to say to give advice opposite of what she did. Very few women are willing to do that. Most women are going to give the same advice because they want other women miserable too.
Just thought today for a split second, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, what the is wrong with you? I thought, I should have just stayed. I should have stayed. It wasn't that bad. Like, you made it 23 years. You made 26 years total. Your kids are like college and one's almost out of high school. Like, you made it.
Right. Almost out of high school. That means it's just going to be you and him. You guys can literally do whatever you want.
You made it. Like, it didn't matter at this point. They can do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money and you had big houses and you could do whatever you want and you can relax. And I literally just called my friend and was like freaking out because like I'm the biggest person that keeps me back. Like, I'm terrified. I don't have 401k. My counsel did not have my back. I was so traumatized when I got out and then terrorized.
So you weren't traumatized, but you got traumatized when you got out and got terrorized the next year. So you were safe and protected, and then you chose to be out in the streets.
For the next year that I couldn't even think straight to help the people that wanted to help me, and the people I entrusted to help me didn't help me. And there's just timelines that you can't stop. And so it is what it is. And, you know, I'm 47 years old. It's not like I'm 25. I'm healthy, kinda. I have an autoimmune disease, which means it's life-threatening for the rest of my life. You know, things can change. But it's not like I'm an invalid and can't do anything for myself. But it is terrifying. Like, I could have stayed. I'm so mad that I think this way. I could have stayed. My life would have been so much easier. I could have just gone and done whatever I wanted.
So you're not sad you lost him, just sad you lost the lifestyle? Yeah, that says a lot more about you than you think.
Women are the ones who initiate divorce.
Yep, never mentioned the husband, how much you missed, you know, loving him or him loving her or anything like that. It was all about the lifestyle.
Divorce the most, but they're also the ones that are hit the most financially. This is another thing I found fascinating, right? Women's household income falls by 41%. Wow. Right?
Average,
following a divorce or separation. So does that mean we just shouldn't get divorced until after 50? Like, are we just safer if we wait till then?
You chose divorce, you tanked your finances, and now your advice is just wait till you hit the half century? That's not wisdom, that's deflection.
Women who are married and like 40 think, oh yeah, I'll just get a divorce because I'm still hot. I'm going to be hot like that. It's like, first of all, you're not even as hot as Dolly Parton is right now. Second of all, take your old patootie home and be thankful you have a man who tolerates you.
She could have been gentle, but no, she chose violence and facts. Absolute respect for her.
Please, somebody help me. I don't know what to do. I'm a single mom doing her very best. Oh my God. I'm 655 days
I realize most people's very best is pretty trash.
sober. I had to give my daughter up to her dad because I was so poor, so chronically poor. I quit OF in November because that does not align with me and it does not let me have the dignity that I deserve.
It's too late, girl. You already tried and started. That dignity is long gone.
I've been cleaning houses freelance for the last couple weeks to make money. My car was impounded by the police yesterday. So you know there's a ton of other errands you have to do to take care of everything before you can get the vehicle, which if it's there just a couple more days, it'll be over $1,000 that I owe. That doesn't include the fees to the police. And then just now, my ex-husband's lawyer just called saying that there's a hearing for custody of my daughter. And I don't know what any of it means. Please, someone help me.
That you're probably going to have to pay child support, but I'm sure the man doesn't want your child support because you're a broke, dusty, musty, crusty anyways.
Diagram of dignity I deserve and starting an OF has no crossover.
See, a lot of these women divorce and think OnlyFans is going to be their savior, that they're going to be able to still attract men with their used, abused body that they probably didn't really take care of that well, and just expect to be able to live off of other men paying for their stuff. Sorry, ladies. That's not how the world works. It's called the wall. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Catch you guys next time.